Welcome to A Thoughts Journey. My name is Farron, and I'm here to help you discover how to live the life you want to live. Whether it be gardening and preserving food, business, or your life, I offer simple strategies and quality homemade products to help you thrive. Welcome back to A Thoughts Journey. I'm so happy you decided to join me today. Today we're going to talk about how do you identify your target audience, how to find people in your niche to come up with new content ideas, and get more traffic. If you're with me last week, we talked about narrowing down your blog niche, finding out what your blog will be about, why it will be that way, setting goals, and staying motivated to meet those goals. And this week, we're really going to narrow in on the promotional side of it and the content side of blogging. And the first thing you're going to want to do is identify your target audience. This was something that was difficult for me to start with because a lot of bloggers and YouTubers, the advice they give is create an avatar for your ideal reader. So 35-year-old Susan, who is a mom of 3 kids, who works a full-time job in suburban Missouri, and I was like, I am not any of those things. The content and the things that I want to do does not break down into demographics that well. And I felt like, well, how can I find out who that person is, just to even find out where they are? That's the purpose of this, right? You're finding out who is the person that you're writing to find out where they are so that you can promote to them. I couldn't even get past the first part of that until I realized that my ideal reader is me. I'm writing posts based off of what helped me in the past. What lessons did I learn? What skills did I acquire? Why did I acquire those skills? And I would say the same for you. Your ideal reader is you. What helps you? What lessons did you learn? What skills have you acquired? So this is really reflected in my post, and I'll link it down below for reference, why imaginary arguments in your head are good. And that is a quintessential or embodiment of this ideal, right? So I had to understand why I was writing this post. What problem did I have? For me, in writing this post was written because at work, we were listening to a motivational speaker, my team and he was talking about the imaginary arguments in your head and how to end that and why they were bad. And basically his point was you communicate directly to the person you need so that you can stop that chatter in your head. But for me, there's a couple of reasons why I found that was not necessarily true, though I agreed with some of his advice. One was, if you're an abusive background like I was, you can't go talk to everybody like that. Like there's a specific set of prerequisites that have to happen before you have that conversation. That's one. And two, understanding that at its fundamentally, those arguments aren't bad, right? So what they're trying to do is tell you something. There's a need that's missing that you want to express that you feel like you can't. So you're mulling over and over and over again over those thoughts because there's something there that is not being expressed. Those thoughts are stopped once that need is met. And I wanted to explain that to my audience because I saw the people in my office respond to that by saying, yes, this is bad, and I'm going to just stop. We're going to talk positively. We're going to, all those things that don't actually help and actually build that resentment but not only that, but it builds those arguments keep coming back, and over time you get more and more of those. So that's why I wrote that post. The reason I bring that up is I started each blog post with writing out this template that I'm going to give you that you can get down below. Every blog post writes, what problem did I have? So for that particular post, I wrote, I have had trouble understanding and communicating my thoughts. By working with them and not against them, I've learned to understand what I'm actually feeling myself and how to generate a life I love based on those small decisions. I found that by asking myself, what do I want to happen in situations like these, I end up creating a life that I love. So all throughout my post, mainly in my intro, you'll understand that is the foundation of this post. This is the problem that I'm solving. And that story that I told you at the beginning also is the intro of my post, you'll notice. So it serves dual purpose. The next thing is figure out who you're talking to. This helps creating a title this helps you create a title and with promoting your post. So using my post with the imaginary arguments as an example, I'm writing to two people who have trouble with confrontation, people who need help validating their thoughts and communicating them in a way that they feel comfortable with. So why did I choose those people? Because those people are me. So we're going back to the idea that your ideal reader is you. So I have trouble with confrontation, or I have had in the past. I've had trouble validating my thoughts and communicating them well. So that's who I'm talking to. And that helps you go, where are those people? When you start to promote, where are those people? Maybe for me, those people are on Facebook and Pinterest and various blog platforms, which we'll get into later. But that helps you narrow down, where do I see people who have this issue at? The next thing you're going to want to understand is, what do I want them to understand after reading them? What do I want them to understand after reading this? So this helps you close out your blog post and begin to call to action. So using my post as an example again, arguments in your head aren't bad. They're there to help you understand what you're feeling. Listening to those feelings, you'll uncover why you're actually upset and what will resolve the situation for you. So that is my title, you'll notice, and that's the ending to my post before I start my call to action and what do I want you to do. So you see how understanding what helps you identify your target audience, because you are the target audience. And it's much easier to come up with content geared towards you than geared towards this imaginary person who you don't know, who you're just guessing what their needs are, because you know what your needs are, you know what your needs were, and it helps go, this is why I started the blog, right? You understand, I started the blog to help people, and for me, blogging and life, because I have 10 years of blogging experience, I have experienced tremendous personal growth. So I'm writing to people who had trouble with the things that I had trouble with, and you do the same. So the next part of this is finding people in your niche to come up with new content and get more traffic. So there's a couple of ways you can do this, but I'm going to go over some of the things that I've seen and that I've tried personally. And there's going to be a blog post released soon on how to find people in your niche and come up with new content and get more traffic that will embody this post. And I'm going to link that down below, because when this episode has come out, it will not have been released. So sign up with your email list to receive the template, the blog template, and this guide that I'm going to read off to you now. So the first thing for me I tried was joining Facebook groups. I found that Facebook is a good way to get people to see what questions are people asking your niche. It's a good way to get traffic by answering questions and participating in the group. You can see, okay, who is in here? What are the common questions? What are they thinking? What are they feeling? I've also found that with using ads, that people like sharing quotes on this platform. And so this is a good way to get quotables from your blog post. You'll often see me do this too. For my blog post and my podcast, I'll get something that I've said, put it in a quotable, go on Canva, put it to the background, tag my blog name in there so I get the credit, and share it. And people on Facebook seem to really respond well to that kind of thing. So join Facebook groups. That way you understand who your audience is, what questions they have. Make posts geared around their questions. The next place you can find this is Quora, Quora. Don't know how to pronounce that. I use Quora more so as a post idea thing. You can follow a topic. So for blogging, there's a little follow button there, and that way I can view and answer the most commonly asked questions. A lot of people will have the strategy to answer questions. I will answer questions often, but I haven't found that has yet led back to more traffic. Like I said, the main thing I use that for is coming up with post ideas. You can also search WordPress. If you're a WordPress.com blogger, you can definitely find your niche. Type in that one or two keyword search in that platform under that tag post, and you'll be able to find people in your niche. It's helpful to form community. One, I love reading other people's posts, and two, people can find you back. I recommend WordPress.com for new bloggers because of that. So I recommend also sorting it by date instead of relevance. The first thing you'll notice is it'll do by date or by relevance, do it by date. There are a lot of people that start blogging that quit pretty soon. So if you're typing in blogging, for instance, in the search engine, if you do it, search it by relevance, it will come up with, regardless of date, the most relevant search. The problem with that is it could be a blog post from a year ago and that blogger has stopped blogging, and that doesn't help you any. So go by date, not by relevance. You'll get the newest blog posts, people who are currently actively blogging. Join the challenges in your platform. So for me, I use WordPress. WordPress challenges will have link parties often, and even if they don't, joining them allows you to have more traffic. So when I join challenges, I learned that I get more traffic back when I link it back to the challenge originator. They'll usually have a spot for that. And people out of curiosity will go and find your blog. They'll go see the hyperlink that's linked in the comments, or they'll see the link in the link party that WordPress has allowed. So that's a really good way to get engagement, to engage with your community, and to get traffic back to your blog. Pinterest is another good way if you're not on WordPress, or if you are. Really helpful, multi-helpful tool, because Pinterest has two functions. One, you can search on Pinterest, and two, you can get traffic. By far, Pinterest has been the easiest traffic generator that I've had. I have posted posts there and have, without trying, gotten some views back from there. So I always advise people to spend some time generating good Pinterest posts so that you can get that easy traffic. But it's also good if you're searching your niche. So for instance, if I typed in garden in Pinterest, at the top of the page, you'll see some common searches that are associated with that. So for example, garden. Underneath there, it'll say dream, wedding, secret, project, small balcony, kitchen. So you'll get an idea of what your readers are looking for when they're searching for garden help, right? So I recommend Pinterest is a good tool for that. The next thing I recommend is looking at YouTube comments. And this is not just YouTube, this is blog comments, this is any comments page. So I will go to the popular YouTuber or blogger in my niche, go to their comment section, read through or skim through. I know there's usually a lot of comments, but people are always asking people questions. And so you can make blog posts circled around those questions that people have asked other YouTubers. It doesn't matter that they asked the YouTuber. You know that this is what your audience is looking for. So go ahead and write the post for it. The next section we're going to talk about is ads. I spoke about Facebook ads a little earlier, but I want to kind of dive a little bit deeper into Facebook, Pinterest, and WordPress ads from my personal experience. So to start, Facebook ads. Facebook ads by far are the easiest and most affordable ads to get. You can start with a few dollars. You can do it by day. You can do it by campaign. You can do, it's really easy to get into. So I always recommend starting with that. I find that they increase the views back to my blog, but they don't increase engagement. And that's something I'm tinkering with. But if you're just looking for views, you're just looking for some quick clicks, then that is one way to get it. Pinterest ads, I'm still experimenting with. Pinterest has a lot of passive traffic without getting ads, but with getting ads, I got like 10,000 on an ad that I paid a few dollars for. So at 10,000 views, I'm sorry. So I'm working on getting more engagement with that, but Pinterest so far is a really great tool to use to get some traffic. The third thing is WordPress ads. They have partnered with Blaze to present ads to WordPress users. The ad itself was shown to many people, but I didn't see any increase in views on my blog or engagement or anything like that. So as of now, I wouldn't recommend, if you're tight on money, I don't recommend using WordPress ads. Really, out of all of them, I say Facebook ads were the most valuable, because while Pinterest ads did help bring some passive traffic to the pins, I noticed that Facebook by far gave me more views to my blog. So If you have experience with ads, let me know below. I would love to hear what you found and what you think about this list that I've presented. Again, all of these links are below. Sign up for my email list. You'll get the template for blogs and template for your blog post, and you'll also get the ad recommendations that I have written below. So let's recap what we learned today. I know it was a content, it's a big topic that we tackled. So the first thing that we learned was you are your target audience. Start by understanding what helps you. You are your niche. So what helps you? What lessons did you learn? What skills have you acquired? Why did you acquire those skills? Then you need to understand why you're writing the piece. This helps you understand who you're writing to and where they're located. So what problem did you have and what problem are you now solving with your post? That helps, all of those help you understand who you're talking to. Then find out where those people are. For me, it was Facebook, but find out where those people are. Good place to start is Facebook and Pinterest. And then understand what do you want them to understand after reading this. This is tied into your call to action and it wraps up the post nicely. Also helps you with title creation. So what I want you to do today is start by answering all of those questions that I presented. They will again be below. That is your homework for today. And you're going to identify who your target audience is and start finding people in your niche. Let me know how that goes for you. List your findings in the comments below. I'm so happy to hear from you. To help you with this, I do have a free blog post to help you walk through all the things that we talked about today. And also, if you sign up for my list, you'll get those freebies we talked about earlier. I do want to talk to you about one more thing. This month, we are going to talk about blogging. We're going to learn more about increasing your traffic to your blog. And to do that, you're going to want to join our community. Our community has new monthly classes, and this month we're going to talk about creating a blog with clarity to increase your traffic faster. Some of the things that we're going to talk about is a deeper dive into what we talked about today, but we're also going to talk about tackling your limiting beliefs, finding the motivation to consistently post, more information on finding your audience, the steps to set up your blog, increasing traffic to your blog very quickly, coming up with a ton of new ideas consistently, and selling without gimmicks. So if that sounds good to you, join our community. I'm going to link the information down below in the description. We have new classes every month. You'll get a discount on our physical products, access to previous courses, free or included worksheets, templates, videos, and you'll get access to a private community. If that sounds good to you, membership for this class closes on February 13th. The class starts February 13th, ends on March 13th. So the membership will open for next month's class on March 13th. Thank you so much for listening. I hope to see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.